way of the sacred.
So excited to be here with Sharon and Deva. Welcome back to Positive Energy.
Thank you.
We are so excited to be back here with you, Michelle. It's always a pleasure.
It's always fun.
Yes.
I think we always have fun together.
Yes.
And so I love that you're here to talk about what's up and what's next with you guys. So what is the Way of the Sacred?
Way of the Sacred is a teaching and performance group. So it's consists of Sharon and myself, and then we have guest musicians that also join us. And we bring in the message of bringing back the ways of the sacred. So tradition, ceremony, retreats,
Workshops, performances, musical performances,
yes,
as well as teachings.
So it's sort of the latest fusion of you guys bringing your gifts together and doing service in the world with those and bringing sacredness wherever you go.
Yes.
We bring in chants from all over the world. So we do some beautiful songs from Africa and from Cuba and from the Native Americans, and then we've also been writing songs together in that genre and in that energy and that message.
So do you find that more and more people are looking for what you're offering and that there's a calling for it? I tend to see that people are really seeking more sacred experiences, more spiritual experiences.
And then that's why we also create these retreats, because the retreats are an entryway into learning this work and doing the healing and finding your way back to your divine nature.
So
Yeah,
way
it's
to
great to have
enter
someone to show you
into-
the way. The
Yes.
way showers,
That's
as
what
you
we
say.
are, the
Yes.
way showers. Yes, the way
So
showers.
it's these retreats that we do are right now presently just for women, but we're moving towards, opening these retreats up for men as well. But it creates a sacred container for people. It shows them how to partake in ceremony if they've never done that before in their lives. So, we may call in the 4 directions, with prayer and honor each direction and all the animals in each direction and all the elements in each direction. And it creates a sacred container for us then to start doing some deep healing work.
Yes. And then we teach them some beautiful sacred ceremony that is for healing around the sacred fire that we just called the directions for. And they also learn how to be supported by the group, the circle that we create, the container that we create. They learn to start to create the community and that they can really feel supported with and supported by and to give support and love. Yeah.
That's one of the most transformative parts of it is the collective, right? The group
Absolutely.
and the group
Sure,
energy and being with
absolutely.
like-minded souls of like-minded energy.
And they actually wind up leaving the retreat and really holding on to those relationships.
I'm sure.
And it's a beautiful thing. It really is.
Yeah.
I think our rites of passage also are included in that. We've, in our American culture, have some rites of passage, but a lot of them have disappeared from, our way of living. So I feel that the retreats and the workshops give people an opportunity to partake in a rite of passage
Yes.
into adulthood, into
Mother role,
motherhood.
maiden role, or the crone role, and now we even have the queen role. I had this beautiful ceremony that my beautiful sisters created for me, bringing in the queen energy into my life in this age that I am. So there's a beautiful way of bringing in this new transitions in your life in a gentle and loving and sacred way. So this is what we're doing and helping people to
love it.
to navigate that.
I love it. I love it. And I believe in the power of ritual, and it really is, because it's so directly experiential, expressing ourselves through these sacred actions, these intentional actions.
Yeah.
We also have a retreat in Mexico in the end of January, beginning of February, which we do it in a different way. We are going to do water ceremony. So it's almost like a baptism in a way of taking that ceremony into the water and releasing all the impurities, all the things that no longer serve us, and coming back out of the water fresh and newborn. So we do that in the waterfalls.
In the jungle.
in the jungle, and on the beautiful, pristine beaches of Jalapa, Mexico. So
that sounds incredible and so attractive.
It's very, very beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh my
and if
gosh.
you really want to get out of the cold weather, it's in the end of January.
Yeah.
So
So how's it get any better than this?
Yeah. So I know that your music is a big part of what you do and a big part of both your retreats and your workshops and your group gatherings. So just say a little bit about your sacred music and a bit about the kirtan you do and what role that plays in what you offer.
Yeah.
Sharon, our
I got this
longtime
You got
musician,
that
I
one.
guess you can start.
Well, it was interesting because Deva and I both are kirtan artists, and we both love devotional music in that way. And when we started collaborating with holding these Way of the Sacred Feminine retreats, we were like, gosh, we could really use our own songs to teach people through song, is what I do. What are these sacred ceremonies about? And what is it about to be in sacred sisterhood together? What does that feel like? So when we were in Jalapa, Mexico last year on our retreat, afterwards, Deva and I stayed for another week, and we devoted that time to being creative.
Yes.
So she was writing, and I was, writing as music. And then we're like, okay, well, let's write a song about our retreats. And so sacred sisterhood came up. Well, what does sacred sisterhood mean to you? So we wrote it down in one words, like it means connection. It means unity. Throw a couple of listening to each other,
supporting each other. Yes.
Holding a soul-to-soul connection. So we wrote all those words down, and then we formulated it into a song, and it's called Sisters.
So you're going to share that with us.
We're going to share that
on
one, and
our
we're
show.
also going to share our first collaboration, which took place in a river.
Yes.
In
the
Jacobsburg Park in
Yes.
Pennsylvania. So we were like, okay, well, what are we going to call all of these things that we're doing? And it was like, she said the Way of the Sacred, and I said, no, just Way of the Sacred.
Yes.
So Way of the Sacred is it. Let's make a song that's like, what does that mean to be in Way of the Sacred?
Right.
Well, it means that you're listening to the stones, and you're listening to the trees, and you're answering the call to do deep work, to enlighten yourself and have a symbiotic relationship with the earth and with yourself. And so it's music that is tribal. It could be music that is, I write in many different genres. So Deva helps write a lot of the lyrics, and then I kind of get inspired with a melody or a guitar, some kind of chord structure, and then we collaborate from there with some ideas.
Music with a message.
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
This is
Love
what
it.
it is.
And every
I love
time
it.
people come to our retreat, we always sing the same song to bless the food, and so they get to know that song. And then before the end of the retreat, we're all singing the same song at the dinner table.
Yes.
And you're right that music opens people up.
Oh, yes.
So much beyond just talking about it. Music teaches, it opens doors, it makes people feel, and it has a frequency to it. So
Yes.
it is just one of the best tools that we have, of course.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I think it really helps people to drop out of their mind and into their heart.
Yeah.
And then once we're there, then we can express ourselves, with each other, what our needs are and how we want to be supported.
So I hope people will check out your music and your calendar and all the wonderful things that you are doing, and I hope to participate in some of those myself.
I hope you do.
Yeah.
It would be wonderful.
And I just really want to acknowledge you because you're such wonderful examples of people who are following their bliss and really, really leaning into their purpose and really fulfilling that. And you're doing so much wonderful work in the world, and you're really blazing a trail for the rest of us. So
Yes.
well,
Follow the way.
Follow the way, honor the way, lead in the way of the sacred.
thank you so much. Thank you both very much.
Thank you for having us.
And that's namaste,
Namaste
all the way.
We are the way of the sacred. We are the way of the sacred. Follow the way, honor the way. sisters knew of the way.